Hello everyone, my name is Mario. On this video, I'm going to show you a resource that has been really helpful for me during my online teaching. This resource is called Whiteboard.fi. Some of you may be familiar with, especially if you teach mathematics. So create a new class every time I have a new block that I'm teaching. So let's say this is block 3, okay? And then I always enable the waiting room because I want to see who are the students that are joining. So I do assign points for them doing classwork. And what I do here, I just copy this and I put it on the chat on the Zoom. They'll go ahead and click on it and then they'll put their name on the whiteboard. Here's my whiteboard, and that's the same whiteboard that they get. You can give them 2 whiteboards if you want. Most of the times I just do 1 whiteboard, and I'm gonna show you like how the students are capable of doing a lot of things using just the whiteboard. So here, like, they can put here. When I first started introducing this to them, I told them if they can write their first name, and I have them choose their favorite color. So I got to know some of the students their favorite color. I also asked them to write their name, and they also are able to type equations. Okay, they're able to type equations, and I'm going to show examples of what students have done. What I like about this is that I can actually give my student feedback in real time. So let me show you. Okay, so here's an example of what my students have done, and I actually show this to my students themselves and show them, look what your other classmates have been doing, right? And I'm actually proud of how much they can do. This is an example that I give them, and they actually work it out. So I give them the picture into the Whiteboard.fi. They were able to find the equation and vertex form for a parabola. They put the h and k, they put the x and y, they listed the values there. They actually have the formula there, and I like how they show the work right here, and they put the final answer. This is another student that did it. This student here didn't actually put the equations, but it still was able to type it right here, and it still makes sense, and they still got the work done. So this is just 2 examples of what the students are capable of and the amount of feedback that I can give them. So what I do is when I give them the question here, I push the question to them, right? And what I do is I pause my screen. So if I'm using Zoom, right? So here's my Zoom tools. Like, I'll pause my screen, and then they'll be looking at the problem, and then I'll be looking at their work right here. So like all their work is going to be shown over here, and I'm giving them feedback, right? Jose, I like how you're doing this problem. I like how you're making progress on this one. And if for some reason a certain student is like made a mistake or something, I give them feedback instantly, and I said, okay, wait, should you square that or should you divide by 2? So I like that because nobody else is looking at the screen other than you, because your screen is paused when you're using Zoom. Okay, and then of course you resume when you're ready to show the question and when you're ready to work it out. I do have a YouTube channel where I actually created a video on how to use the Whiteboard.fi. That is a real math tech online. And I actually have a tutorial there on how to use the tools from Whiteboard.fi. I show this to my students, and I also, of course, model in real time so they can get the practice that they need. So I train them first with the Whiteboard.fi. Here's some of the things that they are capable of doing. So there's grid right there that they can use. So it has a lot of functionalities that are very useful with the online learning. How does this look in Canvas? Let me show you here. I created classwork for them. So if they were to click right here, okay, those are the 2 questions that they're going to do as classwork, and I do give them points. I find out that with my students, when I give them points, they're more likely to do the questions. So like this one right here, that was one of the questions. And how does it look when they turn it in? Well, here's a submission that they did. Okay, so here is the work that they did. This student right here, he actually used the notebook and then uploaded the picture into the Whiteboard.fi, which is also capable. You just go right here, and then you're able to add a picture of the work that you have done. Okay, so the students can do that as an option as well. I'm not going to do that, but that is an option for them as well. So you give them more of the flexibility to the students in case they're having trouble writing with the mouse. My numbers went up, and sometimes I get like 20 out of 22, which is even better. So I find out when I give them points for something, they're gonna be more likely to do it. So they do the classwork and they get points for it. So that is one way that I have been engaging my students, and it has become really effective. And of course, I first teach him how to use the tools, and then now they feel comfortable and they feel confident. Also, what I do is I give them remote access when they're in the Whiteboard.fi here. If you guys are familiar with how to give your students remote access, when you can do that, give them remote access, and some of them will have that accessibility, and they'll be able to work out the problems on this virtual whiteboard as well. Okay, so I wanted to share this with you and show you like some of the things that have been like really effective in terms of like teaching online. My students have really engaged in the lesson and have actually done the work that is assigned to them. And here's an example of the type of work that they can do using Whiteboard.fi. Well, thank you for your time, and let me know if you have questions. Thank you.